Hello everyone. Today we have Ajoy Singh with us. Ajoy needs no introduction. He has been with Fractal for over 13 years. He is currently the Chief AI Officer. One thing which probably a lot of you may not know is Ajoy is in the committee of whistleblower for Fractal. Welcome Ajoy,
Thank you.
and thank you for doing this for our Ethics Week.
Absolutely.
Now I just want to start the conversation, Ajoy. What does ethical leadership mean to you? How do you practice that in your daily decision making, especially considering that you are the Chief AI Officer now, and AI is the buzzword. AI governance is something which is even the government and everyone is following through a lot. So, what?
No, thanks for the question. And see, ethical AI is or ethical leadership is not just about AI, correct?
Yeah.
It is the way we as humans behave, we as humans come across, and we as humans take actions and decisions. So one of the things which I think about is that whatever I am doing or whatever decisions I am taking or the actions which me and my teams are taking, if it is printed in the front page of a newspaper, okay, will it look ethical or not?
Right.
And this is a newspaper test I follow, which essentially means if we have to unbundle it, it means our decisions have to be fair, they have to be transparent, okay, and they have to be beneficial for all the stakeholders, not just for our company, but our clients, our employees, our ecosystem, our partners, and society in general. So, fairness, transparency, it's just the right thing to do.
Great.
That's how I look at it.
Great. That's very nice words, and I think Warren Buffett has also promoted the newspaper test a lot. So, Ajoy, in your viewpoint, how does leadership ensure that ethics and compliance are actually followed, and these are not just the terms which are just talked about?
Right. So yeah, sometimes what can happen is that these look very nice as posters on the wall, but nobody follows them, and there are enough examples of that in the world we know of, correct? I think first of all it has to start both from top and inherently from the way which we get our team into Fractal or anywhere else. So it has to be built into our day-to-day thinking, our DNA. It has to be completely and continuously messaged across the company, across our ecosystem, that we will do what is right and we will do it in the right way. Okay. Even if it's doing the right thing, but we have to do it in the wrong way, we will not take that position. And of course, doing wrong things is not done, correct?
Absolutely.
So it has to be built in our DNA, our way of working. And of course, there are technological interventions also which are possible, specifically in the area of AI and algorithm building. So we have a responsible AI framework, responsible AI tools which can be built into our algorithms to make sure that there are no biases, there is proper representation of all sets of segments in the data, our training of the model is properly done, and the data which we use is something which we are authorized to use, right? Not unnecessary data or unauthorized data. So build it in the DNA, make it part of day-to-day working, and use technology to make sure that it gets implemented.
That's great, Ajoy. And I think AI governance framework is something that we have now started to offer our clients as well.
Yes.
So that's very nice. Also, apart from the AI governance and other frameworks, can you share any other real example where you think choosing the ethical path made a meaningful difference to not just you but Fractal in general?
Oh, there are a lot of them. Okay, there are a lot of them. Perhaps I'll share one without getting into the specifics, as you can understand.
Sure.
Correct, and this is also a part of ethical behavior. So there have been situations where, as you know, we build AI softwares and AI algorithms to do a lot of work for our clients. Correct. These can be in the area of sales increase or cost reduction or supply chain optimization. And there was this situation where we built something which was all about increasing the sales of the client, which means building some kind of a recommendation engine and algorithm for the clients to target which prospects to go after with what messaging and what offer. Okay. So we built the model. We were very happy. The model was very strong. All the metrics were very good. And then the next day we had a very big meeting with the client, okay, with all the senior stakeholders who were supposed to come there. And I guess maybe a couple of hours before the meeting happened, someone got an error in the algorithm, the way we had made it, okay. And we basically had, we were thinking what to do. And it was very clear. See, we are driven by our values and principles.
Right.
And we will just not take flawed products to our client. So we took the chance. We called up the client stakeholders, told them, see, we have not done a good work and these models are wrong. We'll have to rebuild them. And the issue actually issue was because there was some error in client's data system which was causing this error.
Okay.
So it of course we got some angry looks and words from client, but it helped client actually discover a big flaw in their system. So they took a couple of months to fix that system, and their trust in us increased dramatically. And now they are a very large client for us. So this was one example. Another example was where we had promised a great execution of engagements and projects for our clients, and we realized that one of our team members in the project is not working out, right? And some of client did not have a visibility of that. So we actually proactively went to the client and said, see, we are not able to progress in this engagement because one of the team members is actually not living up to the standards, and we will replace that person with someone who is better qualified. So they are the impacts. The project will get delayed, but we are coming in upfront telling you. And that also created a situation where client said none of his other partners were as transparent and ethical as we are. And again, that relationship is still with us, and the client trust has grown after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this keeps on two principles that we follow. Of course, ethical behavior is one, and the client first principle is something we also strongly take up on that. Great. So being the Chief AI Officer, Ajoy, what excites you about the future of ethical AI?
See, I think adoption of any solution, whether it's a physical solution or it's a digital solution powered by AI, dramatically increases when then two things happen. One, solution has to be good, okay, and in our parlance you can use metrics like accuracy or whatever. Solution has to be good, accurate. Second, it has to be trustable. People should trust, users should trust that this is a right solution. And with all the things which are happening in AI today, that trust becomes far more important, okay. And in our day-to-day work, if we are able to demonstrate that trust, that our algorithms are built on solid foundations with ethical data, they are unbiased through our responsible AI framework or other tools which we have, that not only creates a good, accurate, high-performing solution, it also creates a solution which people will trust, because it takes a long time to build trust. It just takes one incident to break that trust.
Of course.
Okay. So that is the philosophy which I and my team follow in building these solutions.
That's very nicely put. Also, Ajoy, since you don a very specific hat, which is very different from your day-to-day operation, which is being a member of the ethics, the whistleblower committee, how do you ensure that the concerns raised by whoever, and we have a very open whistleblower policy, anyone can raise a concern.
Right.
How do you ensure that concern raised are treated with appropriate fairness and due cognition is given to those concerns?
Right. I think first of all, we have to look at that person's situation. Why did that person come to a whistleblower situation? Correct?
Of course, yeah.
And it's because that person observed something which is not right. And it is also actually linked to our ethical leadership, the way people behave. They observed something which is not right or being wrongly done or something, and they had the courage and the character to raise it up. So my and my other committee members, first starting point is that the person is courageous, person is ethical, and they are raising something which is important. So that's one. But why would I raise something in whistleblower if I don't feel safe about raising it?
Of course.
So that's the other aspect we have to ensure that everyone who raises any concern to whistleblower committee is 100% guaranteed that it is handled in a very confidential manner. Okay. There will be no repercussions on that person's career or any other thing which that person might be interested in. And there is a thorough analysis of the situation by understanding all sorts of information data, and we take as much time as is required to get to the bottom of the situation. Okay. Then the committee of course deliberates what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, and where required we take external help. Okay. So it's a very comprehensive process with full confidentiality ensured to the person who is raising this issue, with no repercussions back to that person, and we ensure that we close the loop. We go back to the person and say, this is what you said, this is what we discovered, and this is the action we are going to take. And then of course there's an entire other process of this going to the audit committee, which is itself a big governance process for us. So that's how we make sure that this is a fair, transparent process with no backlash.
Great. I think you answered the other question which I was trying to ask.
Say.
If you have any message for our employees for encouraging them to speak up if they have any concerns. If you want to add anything to what you just said.
I just want to say, repeat what I said. We will always do the right thing in the right way. And if you see any deviation on any of these two parts, please feel free to raise it to your manager, whistleblowing committee, or any other person you see who can get these things right. That's the only message I'll have for everyone at Fractal.
Perfect. Okay, last question to you, Ajoy. If you have to sum up our entire ethics reputation in one word, what would that be?
I'll say transparency. Nothing else comes to my mind. Transparency.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much for doing this, Ajoy.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping us promote the Ethics Week with everyone. Hopefully this message goes across to many number of people, and if they have any concerns, they are able to raise it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.